Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Yellow, watch the pass.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Squeeze, double up.
Now Mahomes. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Yellow, there's your line. Let's go, team. Let's go.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Yellow.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. It's Williams on the catch. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
I don't need to. Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. Well, last year, Chris Conley was the third option at receiver for Kansas City. He shipped off to Jacksonville. Now they're hoping that Robinson can help fill that void. And Andy Reid has said that he and Mahomes are developing a great rapport, hoping to improve upon the 22 times they connected last season. They go back to the ground with Williams. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, but now it's third down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And the kick by Butker is good. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do it.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And not much to speak of. Call it a one. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Double right. 44, Mike. Easy. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now it's Stafford. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now,
what the fuck, was I kicked out of the party?
For this one, take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
I'm going to come back to you.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Tackle made by the 3rd-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Carlos Hyde, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
I got it, White
The
Hawk.
extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Can you hear me?
That'll be taken in the end zone.
That's fine.
And no.
I'm going to go to a party chat. Yo, what up?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So guys, so how's the day going?
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
All day, baby, all day. Hey, give me a radar. Mike spoke.
Now Stafford escaping the pressure right. Then he finds Danny Amendola. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mike, set, lady. 59. Check 31, check 31.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic.
On second and 11 now. Stafford flushed out right. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Here's a carry for the fullback. That's Anthony Sherman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Yeah. It's a TI-80 plus X10 or something like that.
On the toss, here's Williams. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second down at the 49-yard line.
She doesn't like school in general.
Yellow. Check back, check back. Check safety, check this again. Finish the game.
Throwing on second and long. Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Okay, you just earned my respect right there. I was about to bitch you out about
Butker's
that.
kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
They make like $2 and something, but most of their check comes in tips. So yeah, like when I used to work for fast food,
the Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
For over $10.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Stafford now to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
But fucking fast food's this shit, though.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
No.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Like a fuck. Don't really think it's a good experience, to be honest.
Check 43. Hey, 57, 57.
Nah. Like fucking nobody wants to be working out past 3.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop any defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief.
The fucking machines. Now what you can still like they can still take your order at the counter, because like a lot of the older generation doesn't understand the fucking new technology, so they just go order at the front. And then us being younger, we can just go up to those monitors and just press in whatever we want, and then like, you know, we know what to do, but like your grandparents, your parents and all that are not used to that. You know?
On offense, that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Gosh, guys, I'm a fucking genius. I should become a professor.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead,
no, but
you're
at the
stay
same
on the
time,
field and start a new set of downs.
But at the same time, the computers and shit can mess up as well, so that's why you need people.
They'll run on 1st down. Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes got a man over the middle. It's Williams. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I
know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he's got this down to the 35. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 35.
1st down, Kansas City.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On 1st down, it's Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Like I'm not going to get
front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
The concept may be the same, but they're putting too much futuristic shit in it.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right down the middle. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2.
So he's
been a busy man here in this 1st half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Get ready. At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Waiting! 44. Push him back. Push him back.
On 1st and 10, Stafford.
Oh, yes.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Fuck me right in the culito.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. To throw is Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Airing one deep for Curse. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time.
Fuck
You
yeah.
gotta think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
It's a gain of 10. And a 1st down, Chiefs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Damn, that's hot.
Now here's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. He rifles one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
They'll run on 1st down. Williams. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. They'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone.
Pussy.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
No way, which Red Dead? 2?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
God,
they're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors.
I pressed
think they
not
wanted
to
to be
try to
positive
find
with
the
them.
people
Guys,
that
we're
are on the
right
map.
there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
32. You gonna
On first down, Stafford here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but it's going to be second down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones, what an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
What you're saying, bro? I get what you're saying.
Switch. 6-6. Pull it high.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Hill on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Yellow.
Oh my God, I played the story mode for fucking Red Dead 2, and I fucking cried.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted.
Oh my God,
Instead,
it's the best story ever.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a 1st at the Lions' 40-yard line. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't run running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year, he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled, and then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow.
Well, I ain't going to tell you. Okay, fine. Arthur Morgan dies, okay? But it's a very heroic death. We're not going to tell you. No one.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Trust me.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something
Maybe, you never know.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in.
Like, I fucking bawled out in tears. Like, I was like, oh, Arthur, why? Oh, shit. Yeah, we can fucking say it, but at the same time, we're not going to tell you.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position.
The only thing I'm going to tell you is that he died. That's it.
What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
That was my friend.
Check. And middle.
She's all up on this dick.
Mike, check. 59. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Just kidding, guy. That's a dude.
Hey, go snap.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford.
Fuck yeah.
Gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Chris Jones
sorry, guys.
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Watch out for him on the return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football,
I heard about that,
1st and 10.
I was all upset about it. I was crying. Dude, Dude, to fucking be honest with you, the Black Ops storyline is the best
play
storyline.
Fake here on first down. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Miles Killmonger with a pick.
Black
And
Ops
the return
2.
stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Throwing is Stafford. He finds a rookie from Iowa, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Oh, wait, I'm not sure.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes. Might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
Stafford now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Oh, what the fuck? That was funny.
Darren Lee there to get him down.
Second and 10 at the Chiefs' 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Been a long day for you. Watch the shit.
They go to Johnson again. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
22. 50. Hey, Haywood. You must be dreaming. Mike 50, Mike 50. Come on.
To throw on third down, Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it.
No, wait. Don't tell her.
Last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 30 on second down, Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. And they'll toss it out right to Williams. And he brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. On second down and 4, Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Kansas City.
On first down, it's Williams. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. He's at the 30, past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
That's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 46, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's taken down inside the 30. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Here's Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Chiefs' 22-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Hey. White.
Stafford eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
What? Through the window.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stanford buying time to his left. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Here's Johnson. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ty Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and they converted a second time for 6 points.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mahomes now on 1st down. Staying on his feet. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Devon Kennard in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. To throw is Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 42-yard line.
Set, 250. Hey, 54. Drill right, 22.
Stafford. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Stafford going to throw it. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned